first thing you notice when you open up an integration services project in Denali CTP1 is that it looks nicer. It looks as if Microsoft finally found budget for a graphic designer, despite the fact that CTP1 is actually still using the VS 2008 shell as opposed to the VS 2010 shell that will ship with the release. You'll also notice that the toolbox looks different. The icons have been rounded, etc., and there are fewer of them, and that's because Microsoft have tried to make things easier by hiding the more obscure tasks in the other tasks section, as you can see here. First thing I'm going to do is drag over a data flow task to the design surface, and you see again it looks pretty. We've got nice rounded edges, etc. And one of the most long-awaited features of integration services if I just do a Control Z, we actually finally have an undo feature, which is fantastic. If I drag it over again, you also see in the bottom right hand corner of the design surface we have this rather handy zoom function. And if I double click on the data flow task to enter the data flow, you'll see that the same applies in regards to the toolbox in the data flow as it does in the control flow. Other transformations are hidden, as are the more obscure sources and destinations. For the majority of our commonly used sources and destinations, we now have the destination assistant and the source assistant. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull over a source assistant, and this will bring me up with a new source wizard. So by default it will only show the installed adapters, but if I untick this box you can see a list of all of them. So for this demo I'm going to use the SQL Server type, and I'll create a connection in the familiar connections box. I'm connecting here to the AdventureWorks data warehouse, and I'm just going to test the connection because so I can now enter the OLEDB source, choose the table I want to pull from. I'm going to choose the customer's dimension, and just like in previous versions, if I click on columns it will auto map the names for me. Now I'm going to pull over a sort task, and just like in previous versions, drag the arrow down. Can configure the sort task as you'd expect, sort by multiple columns, some ascending, some descending, and then I'm going to use the destination assistant to attempt to create a flat file destination. However, you'll notice that the flat file destination is missing from the list, so if I cancel out of there, go to other destinations, I can drag over a flat file destination as I would have done in previous versions. Create a new flat file destination. Nothing new here really. And the mapping screen will automatically map the XLST for me. Now, one thing everybody I know who develops using integration services has been asking for a long time is a Visio style component aligner. Now, unfortunately, we still don't have that. What we do have, however, is the ability to space them evenly, either horizontally or vertically. And of course we still have the good old diagram auto layout. Another lovely new feature of integration services is the ability to add parameters at the package level, also at the project level. See, I've already created a project level parameter here called server name, and I can reference this in my expressions. Exactly the same as if I was passing it into a local variable in the previous version.